Rashford, have you gone that far to correct somebody concerning stereotyping?
Yes, Kojo, I have. Me, I'm someone that growing up, I have formed some habits and some behaviors. Okay, as a result of my reading, my interaction with people. And one thing about me is that I hate labeling. I hate labeling. So first, I won't label you for you to come and label me. So if you label me, I will tell you point blank that, hey, please, this should be your first and last. Don't label me again.
Yeah,
I'll tell you for a fact. I don't like to be called black. Yes, because I'm not black.
You're just human being.
This phone. What's the color of this phone?
Black.
My skin. Is it the same?
No, it's different.
No, it's not the same.
Okay, true.
Okay, so why should you call me black?
True.
I will accept an African because yes, that's the continent that I come from. Okay, so labeling is one thing that I hate in my life. If you label me like
black fancy,
like yes,
damn, like
So
I'm proud of where I come from. Yes, I'm a proud fancy.
You should.
But for you to refer to me as a fancy in a negative manner, I will blast you. There and there, I won't get into an argument with you, but I'll let you know that you are wrong for calling me that. That is me. For instance, like what's happening in my school, I just let the lady know that please, this should be the first and then the last. Don't ever say that again, because I have not referred to you by your tribe. I don't like that, so don't. So that is me.
So with me, I remember when I traveled outside. So what I can also say is that some people who are offenders of stereotyping, most of them don't mean harm.
Yeah.
Some of them, they want to really learn.
Yeah.
So somebody approached me and said, I have these stories of Africa, and I'm told Africans live on trees. And this person was honest about it. The person approached me. So I smiled and said, no, we don't live on trees. We have building like yours. We eat, we sleep, and all that.
Can I ask you something? Where did that person meet and then ask you that?
Philippines.
In the Philippines.
Yeah.
Like you went there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So the person asked. The person came to me and said, I heard Africans live on trees and all that. So no, we live in buildings like yours. We have beautiful places and all that. And this person was honest about it, because I don't know her background. And she's an old woman. She's past her 50s. She's very old. And I can't fault. Maybe somebody told her the Africans we live on trees.
Kojo, it's a documented fact.
True.
Yes, it is documented by a certain professor called Marjorie Parham or Perham. I told you that in 1100 I studied colonialism and nationalism. Yes, about some of these stereotypes. That professor wrote point blank in her book. Okay, I don't know whether Marjorie is a woman or that one. It wasn't part of the focus. Yes, but if he or she in the book, that is what she wrote or he wrote, that in Africa, okay, there are no stone houses. Okay, there are no wheels like the transport animal. Yes, that's what she wrote in the book, or he wrote in the book. So over there, outside, anyone who reads the history of Africa knows that
we live on trees.
Yes, they know that. So unless they come here and then they come and see. So if the person asks you over there, that one I don't have a problem.
In which year was the book?
It's been a long time. I think it's very, very long.
So have you asked yourself that per that time, I think maybe the person came to Africa and what he or she saw is what she documented.
Yeah, true.
No.
Civilization.
No.
I think they twisted history.
Yes.
Maybe they might have twisted history anyway, but civilization, yes, probably we say started from Egypt, and they were even able to build this huge pyramids with vacuum. There is no cement with in between.
With stones.
I've been there before. I've seen it.
So how can you say that
they created vacuum and the thing is stacked even more than cement. So now, what if the person wrote that book even way back before civilization started in Egypt?
No, it wasn't written way back.
So what the question is, you should ask yourself, when was the book written?
I think the book was written 18th century or 19th century.
Wait, you've already answered yourself.
It's true.
We had civilization before them.
Yes.
The fact that civilization started from Egypt doesn't necessarily mean that it got to Ghana or it got to the whole of Africa.
Kojo, before the
exactly. That is where stereotyping.
I am not defending him.
One at a time.
Kojo, let me come in.
One at a time.
You see, in Africa we had empires.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
good.
We had empires, and then if you go to the capital of these empires, you will find the remains over there.
Still,
they are stone buildings.
True.
If you go to the old Ghana Empire, somewhere around Mali, Timbuktu, you can find even the first university. If not for the world, if not in the world, in Africa, it is there.
In existence.
You can find the remains of the buildings over there. If you go to Zimbabwe, there is an old empire over there with some massive architecture. It will surprise you.
My issue is that.
So before they came, we had our own thing.
You see, I think the issue with the telling of the story, this is what Chimamanda says, the danger of single stories. But you know, I think maybe whoever wrote it, just like you were saying, the fact that the person went into some jungle in Africa doesn't mean that Africa. So that
is the generalization
danger.
that we are talking about.
Exactly, the stereotyping. That was because up till now, yes, a lot of people think that Africa is a country. Oh, you come from Africa?
Yeah, they come from Africa.
Somebody goes to Kenya and takes up in Africa #Africa is big. Which of the Africa? Which one?
True.
I mean, people think that Africa is one. All Africans are one. Nigerians, Ghanaians, Kenyans, Rwandans, we are all one people. We can't be separated. And that is the danger of these single stories.
Exactly.
Africa is tagged as one.
Could you believe that as at now there are some places in Africa that civilization hasn't got its way there? Yeah, and they are
even in Africa alone. I think
everywhere.
So somebody will come to Africa and will go to such places. He will neglect the cities and then write stories about where civilization hasn't gotten yet.
This is where I come in. You see, if you watch TEDx, Olodumare did a presentation at TEDx that I think telling the African story, and he did a project I think in Angola. Yes, in Angola. So he captured one aspect of Angola, very beautiful. In fact, if you have not been there before and then they show you, wouldn't say that is Africa. And then just some few meters away, some few kilometers away, there is a place whereby old women and then poverty, they are lined up fetching water in gallons. Okay, so in telling the story, that is why Chimamanda said that there are dangers in a single story.
Yeah.
So you have to make sure that your stories are coming from different angles.
Yeah.
So my issue here is with Nazer. Okay, so Nazer made a point that in correcting somebody, he might turn out to be angry.
Yeah.
And I feel that to change somebody's mind, we need to start with love.
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't know your story.
Okay.
Yeah. Today I heard a new story about the Tafo, which I had a preconceived idea about how that story, that thing came about. Okay. So you taught me here with love. Now I have that idea now, how the Tafo and the PP4 came about. So I can also go and preach that to another person. That is the real meaning. So I feel that if somebody stereotype against us based on our tribe or how we look or anything, we should be patient enough to educate them. That should be our duty. If you keep so quiet on it, it should keep on. I don't want to talk about it. I'll rant and all that. People will continue to do it.
So
be blunt about stuff, but do it with love.
I think we can consciously tell ourselves that our first mechanism is not to see it as an attack.
Yeah.
And it's very hard, but we have to consciously, because if I'm walking by and somebody calls me a name or somebody says something, my first reaction is to attack you.
Yeah.
Because it's instant, it's within. I have to jump on you to defend myself.
True.
But I think if we consciously, this is something that you have to consciously tell yourself, okay, calm down. And we don't have to use the attack mechanism, but we could just tone down
and talk,
and then talk. I think we can work ourselves around that.
See, violence is never the way forward. Yes, I don't get angry in correcting people, but I will let you know that sister, brother, this is
we're interested in how you even say it. No,
seriously, how probably seriously.
So the next question, has formal education done enough to help in the unlearning of this culture of stereotyping? Has formal education done enough to help in the unlearning of this culture of stereotyping, Nazir?
I think it did.
Very.
When it comes to senior high schools, the boarding schools, the way we integrate with each other, one way or the other, it has helped. You get the platform to explain yourself to people of other faith and other tribes.
Yeah.
And one way or the other, you get to understand each other.
True. Josie.
Secondary school, some of my favorite parties, one was a Jehovah's Witness, one was a Muslim, and one was from Christ Embassy. I mean, these Christ Embassy have their they have some way of, let me not use some way, otherwise people might call it offensive. I mean, they have a particular belief or govern their Christianity. I mean, if you see someone who is from Christ Embassy, you know. Okay. Just like a witness and a Muslim. But I learned so many things from all these three people. I mean, it was like I could see past who they were. It was so easy, and it also helped me to understand why people do certain things, why people believe certain things, and why they accept certain things as well. So I think formal education has really, really, really done a lot, because in school you are sitting with different people unless you don't want to learn. Okay. Unless you don't want to learn. But if you really, really want to learn, you can learn from people. I mean, why they do certain things. Why? I mean, if I have a Muslim friend and the person enters the washroom and is taking time, I have to understand that after a Muslim finish whatever they have to wash down or something. I don't know if I'm right. And I have to understand. I don't like you see. But then I have to learn that if a Muslim enters this place, it's sacred for them. Whatever they are doing, it's something that I have to respect. Into your child, and I mean, baby for.
True.
You get it. So I think formal education has really helped us to see people from different angles and different lenses as well.
Samuel.
Yeah, as my brother said, it has given all of us the platform to accept each and everybody, irrespective of the tribe or wherever that the person is coming from. And it will tell you that, hey, Sana dreaming and saying ni Asante Fonko and because for all you know, me being Asante, there's this tiny guy who is a shark. You understand? Sure. And I will be going to that person for maybe studies and all that.
And all those things.
It will create this bond between me and the person.
True.
You understand?
True.
So after school, I will not see any body from his tribe to be somebody inferior or something, because I know that, in time for Ibinu Yeshako.
Yeah, true.
You understand?
Yeah.
And you even want to get closer to any person being from that tribe.
Yeah.
So I think it has been a bigger platform for all of us to accept each and everybody, irrespective of the tribe that he or she is coming. But our politicians, who are even more learned, after going to school and experiencing all this, they come back, and because they want to lay their hands on power, they try to brainwash us back, send us back. That hey, Adepa will fear oye, Amemi Fantini to want to mommy. You understand my point? Mahama too will go up there and say that Adepa will fear you want to mommy. You understand?
True.
You should go and do your campaign. You shouldn't say that me fihano me say intino to mommy.
True.
You understand what I mean? True. Oh, I am part of you. Me fiha intimo to mommy. So if you go to Fanti, what are you going to campaign with?
Yeah, true.
You should do your campaign and then leave. Don't bring this ethnicity and all this that Adepa will feel here or whatever. So vote for me.
True.
Thank you.
Rasford.
Kojo, for me, I think it hasn't. Yes, it hasn't. As formal education helped us to unlearn the culture of stereotyping. No. What formal education has done is for us to be tolerant.
Aware.
Okay. Yes, for us to be tolerant. Okay. But to unlearn the culture of stereotyping, it hasn't. Because some of these things, we all learn them in schools. Yes, we learn about Europeans, we learn about Africans, we learn about the different ethnic groups.
True.
All in school.
True.
And then it even deepens our knowledge about how these people are.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, it deepens our knowledge about how these people are. So I don't think that formal education has helped us in learning the culture of stereotyping. I think what formal education has done is for us to tolerate cultures, different cultures. But as in on learning it, no, it hasn't.
Joe has made a point earlier on about when she comes to the washroom and she finds a Muslim who has one way or the other spent time during washing. She said something that she will excuse the Muslim. I think formal education hasn't done much. What I got from what she said is there is education within the formal education. You need to self-educate yourself.
True.
True. I think so.
That's in itself. Helps a lot.
To me, I think formal education gave us an awareness of who we can be. But what we can be is our own duty. Because in essence, we are forced to obey laws. So in essence, whether you don't feel like being with Ashantis or Evers, we are supposed to eat.
Yes.
With them.
A big platform.
In the same room with different cultures. So we are forced to do it. But when you leave that zone, that SS zone, and you're a free person, you go to tertiary and all that, nobody forces you. So it comes back to you if you want to really unlearn. And I don't think we have really unlearned it, but it has given us that self-awareness because our parents, most of them are stereotyping still. Our pastors, our imams, like it's our so
teachers,
deep. Our teachers, lecturers, it's so deep. It's still there, even on social media. Some of the learned people that we look up to.
Currently, it's better than before. So we should.
It's better. I mean, the platform is okay.
Currently,
I think right now what you are doing is not that we are unlearning stereotyping. We are learning to tolerate.
But I think
if you tolerate it, it means you come to understand.
It's a first step of something. Yes, it's a first step of something.
But I agree with Ransford. I think our education has somehow made us to pretend better. So right now, if I don't fall for Hausa people, Zongo people, Naza is here. So I pretend, Charlie, Hausa people, Charlie, Vin. But when Naza leaves my room and I meet my ethnic group people, I'll bash Naza because I don't fall for Zongo people. So I think education has somehow made us more pretentious and more adaptive to situations. So social media, when I wake up one day, I feel like this tribe is not being fair to me. I can come and say my mind, and from afar, somebody will read my whole status and feel like, what you're saying doesn't make sense because your tribe, they don't count. But the person will come and pretend like, Charlie, this thing, it's this issue still, Charlie.
So like in the US, there is a certain I don't know, is it activity or what? A program on the academic calendar known as Black History Month.
Black History Month.
Right. It's in February. Right? So like the whole month is dedicated to Black history.
Black people.
So are you trying to say that it's not part of the American history?
I was making a point.
You understand? Why do you have to dedicate 1 month for Black History Month? What is Black History Month?
When we can have American history.
Yes, we can have American history. Okay, true. But why Black History Month? You are segregating in a more nicely packaged way. You understand?
So that's how education is also doing. It's true. It's true. So I don't think
so you see really it happens that when these white folks they or let's say these American people, okay, they learn Black History Month, they learn about black people and then what they have done in the past. What they do is that they tend to appreciate them. Okay, but it doesn't do away with the differences that has been there. It is hardly will you see an American, let's say an African American marrying an American. Okay, hardly does it happen. So you see, sometimes when you watch movies and then you see an American, let's say a white American, okay, because of this, let me use white, a white person marrying a black person. You yourself watching a movie, you feel like it is so unusual. Yes, it is so unusual. But when you watch this Empire and then you see
Tyler Perry,
yes, marrying it's normal for you. But when you see a black person marrying a white person, it's so unusual. Like the thing is still there. It is still in us. It is still there.
See, that's why at the beginning I said that we are all victims of these things. We are victims. It's like a tattoo on our mind. this tattoo, they say if you are going to get a tattoo, you have to make sure that you really want it because you can't undo it. Mm-hmm. Okay. But this one can be undone. I don't know if it's a good English, but it's going to take time because you see, let's say I have met you, okay, and not now. You've been so nice to me. My perception about notness have changed. I meet another nodna. The person gives me a different attitude. Now I'm going back to what I know. I meet another person. The person. So it's like we are confused. And that is how the world is.
Let me ask you a question. Mm-hmm. From your own tribe, all of them, do they relate to you the same?
My own tribe.
Yes. Does all accounts relate to you?
No.
Good. There are bad knots in the tribe.
Yes.
So if a person should act rudely to you, you shouldn't tag. It has nothing to do with tribe.
So,
because from your own tribe, there are some violent or maybe some radical kind of behavior that maybe you've not discovered that person.
It was just a point that I was trying to make, as in we trying to, like, we are all victims of this this issue. We are just victims, and it's like day in and day out, the world is expanding. There are new things flowing in. We are getting complicated. Even with temperament alone is a big issue. How a person reacts.
Oh yes.
Throw away everything. They are like, we are so packed. We are packed. You see one human being and you think the person is made up of just blood cells or muscle or tissues. See, we are more than that. The ideas, the things that we carry, so it squeezes us into a bottle that you can't really tell exactly who a person is. So with this stereotyping, then we are all at fault. What I can say is that it's something you consciously make up your mind that want to every day. Otherwise, see, right now I have an issue that I says obia besrem is coming from man. Because everyone who comes to ask me to borrow from me is the person just wants to take an advantage of me. Yeah. That is something that is in my mind. And ask me why. Because if I'm taking 100%, 99% have proved that perception right. Okay. Mm-hmm. So if someone comes to me and the person needs help, I have to talk to my mind. I have to decide, is this person the same as all the other people? So it's conscious, it's hard. It's not that we are talking like it's easy. It's hard. It's never easy.
It's hard. This is the end of part 2 on stereotyping and profiling. Thank you for listening. God willing, next week we bring the concluding part of this episode. And it's been great. Kindly share with families and friends to learn new knowledge to better ourselves. This is Too Maddening Podcast. We are out of here. Bye.
See you following submission. I know you're wishing that you could let your head down and mirror my admission. So why you worrying about being the outcast? Don't you know to be yourself and never ask permission? My short